Hi everyone, Elle Hackney here, and welcome back to my YouTube channel where I like to speak to those in the book industry, whether they be authors, illustrators, podcasters, or industry professionals. And today's guest is a very special one who has published books out. This guest today loves to write from the heart and enjoys seeing those go to Book Week in costumes to do with her books. Please welcome Kelly Jarris.
Hello, how are you? How you been?
I've been really well. Kelly, I'm very excited today to speak about your new book, The Postman's My Mate. Why don't you tell us all about this book?
Oh, this one's my favourite. I've had so much fun writing this, and I also had a very big privilege to work with Natalie Harrington, who's a really wonderful illustrator of Australian animals. So I sourced her out, and she was happy to work with me, and we worked really well together. She had so many great ideas that made the book so much better. So glad that we ended up collaborating on this one. So yeah, it's about a little boy called Charlie who lives on a farm. And his very best mate, the postman, comes not so often to his home, and he delivers him a parcel. And Charlie spends the whole time trying to work out what's in the box. And at the end of it, basically, it's something that no one else expected that would be in the box. So yeah, it took a while to kind of work it out. It was originally Santa's My Mate, but I pitched it to Larrikin House, and we spoke about maybe it's a bit seasonal. So they really helped me with the end of it, and we worked it out, and I ended up doing it all myself. So yeah.
So, how long did it take? Because if it was originally a Santa book and now you've changed it to a Postman book, how long did it sort of take to firstly write it, but then change it?
Oh, probably about 6 months. It was back and forth, back and forth. So I was also launching one of my other books in the middle of it all. So I was writing and trying to work out launching that one. So I just kept going back and forth to it. And yeah, we had it edited, and I kept closing it and coming back to it. As you would know, writing, you do that. And it took quite some time, but I'm really happy with the outcome now. So yeah.
And you've
Yeah,
got four amazing children.
I
Did
do.
they ever read this manuscript for you and give you their feedback?
Yes, they're my biggest critics. So my 8-year-old will tell me flat out, um, which is fantastic, and he loved it. So I'm lucky that way, and they always do tell me whether it's good or whether they think I need to work on it more. And at first I was like, oh, but you know what? Any criticism's criticism's good criticism, if you ask me. I think it makes a better book in the end. So yeah.
And especially when it comes from children, because they're your target audience, aren't they?
And they're honest. They're always honest. So yeah.
Do you create stories with your children?
Yeah. So growing up with the four, because I've got four boys, so every night, instead of reading a physical book, we would have to tell them all a story. So my husband and I would tell them a story, and then as my middle child got older, he would tell the youngest a story. So it kind of relieved us from that duty. But his stories are quite funny and silly and crazy, and I think I got a lot of wacky ideas from him with a couple of my stories that I'm sort of in the middle of now. So it's paid off to have four sons, put it that way. Yeah.
And he must be so proud that his mum is a published author, because that means it's also a path he might want to go down as well when he's older.
Yeah, he's kind of cute where like he'll see awards at Book Week and he'll go, "Oh, we've read this book," and I'm like, "Oh, amazing! That's an amazing author. That's an amazing book." And he says, "But you're my favorite." And I'm like, "That's sweet, but no. Let's be honest. Some of these books that are out there, they're amazing." So he's a bit biased, but it's kind of gorgeous at the moment. And who knows? As they get older, you know, you change your tune a bit. But at the moment, he's my number one fan, which I can't complain. So yeah.
And your latest book, The Postman's My Mate, I mean, that's some great book week costume ideas there. But tell me, because I've read on your website that you get enjoyment from seeing kids come as your characters to book week. So
Mm-hmm.
what characters have you seen so far?
I had a few Queen of All the Rainbows from my book Imagine Our Special Place, which was very touching, and a couple of dinosaurs from Wonderful Wishes. So yeah, I think that was it. I mean, you can write as much as you want, and you can self-publish and get them out there. But when you see kids embrace the characters that you've, you know, created, it's just a whole new level of happiness for me. So, and obviously the illustrators of those books, creating the characters from their imagination. I mean, that's just amazing and humbling, and yeah, it's the best thing. It's the best feeling. So yeah.
I think you're right there. I think that's
Mm.
that little extra validation that your book is cemented in a child's memory is when they choose your book for a book week costume. I mean, that's such
Mm.
an honor, isn't it?
It is,
Now,
yeah.
speaking of books that stay in your memory, Kelly, what's your picture book memory from when you were a child?
Well, that's a very good question. I loved the book. I think I've said this before. I think it's called I Think I Just Saw Santa, by Howard Rees from memory. But yeah, that was just the way that was done. It's a very clever book. So as you turn each page, you're not sure if you're going to see Santa, and as you turn the page, it's not even Santa. So the way they'd done that was amazing, and I loved that so much growing up. And I've got copies of that here for my kids, and yeah, so that's probably my favourite book growing up from when I was little.
Because my sort of dream for anyone who has a picture book out there wouldn't it be so good if your book was someone's picture book memory?
Mm,
Because I mean, gosh, that would just be brilliant. And your story that you have out, Imagine Our Place, I really like that story. And to hear
mhm.
children going as the rainbow, I mean, that is touching. But
Yeah.
that came from such a touching place anyway. Has that always inspired you to write?
Yeah, so Imagine Our Special Place stemmed from losing my sister. She was 38, and she had four small children at the time. And watching her go through palliative care in a very short time frame, and watching her children try and navigate what was happening as well, it sort of made me think there's other children that unfortunately have to go through what they went through, and it happens every day. So I wanted to write a book that maybe would address that, and it was so raw, and it was a book that I knew that would resonate to some people, which it had. And I've had a lot of letters from parents, which has been really fantastic, because sometimes when you put books out there that are on really raw subjects, you wonder how it's going to be received. But that book's actually written from my heart and from what I went through and what I saw. And so to be able to get letters back from people saying, you know, it touched us, and you know that's what we've gone through. Yeah, it's been really good to be able to receive that feedback. Yeah.
Yeah, because your words are absolutely divine in the book, but the visuals are very gentle as well, and they're
Mm.
quite captivating. I think what you've done with that for the finished product is beautiful.
Thank
It's really well done. And so with your collection of books that you
you.
have out and the latest one, The Postman's My Friend, where to from here? Because I do like your style. I do like how it's very imaginative, and I do like how you've touched on quite a few different topics. And I like how with the Postman, it was originally Santa. So where to from here with your writing career?
Look, I want to get a traditional contract, and I've been told why, because you've got all these books out and you're doing it yourself anyway. I just think it'd just be, I guess, for my own personal, you know, happiness. I think it's just a goal of mine for my peers to be able to go, oh, yeah, you know, I love your writing and we want to publish it. So, as much as I love self-publishing, it's a little bit of a tick that I want to be able to do. So I'm still pitching and still, you know, trying to work out what they want. And I think that's the magic thing, isn't it? Trying to work out what publishers want. So, yeah, so that's basically my dream at the moment, just to have one of those done from somebody. So, yeah, I'm hoping that that's going to happen, but you never know, do you? But in the meantime, you know, I've got a script at the moment. I'm in the middle of writing, and if that doesn't get picked up, yeah, maybe that'll be out next year. Yeah, we'll see how we go. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah. Now, with your latest book, The Postman's My Friend, are you doing school visits with that book?
Yes, I'm already booked out for book week. It's great because I've got a really good base of schools that get me back in. So I've been doing this for 2 or 3 years now. So it's been good that they contact me. Before, when I first started, it was me doing all that, trying to get people to, oh, I'm an author, can you please take me on and I'll read to the kids. And now it's opposite. They kind of message me and go, can we have you back? So that's been really, really, fun. And yeah, so, but I did overdo it last year. I did, like, I think it was 10 or 11 schools within the week of book week. So I was exhausted. So
That's a
I'm really not,
marathon, Kelly. That's a
yeah, I'm
marathon.
not going to be doing that this year. And I love doing it. I do free stickers, free bookmarks. We do activities. I supply all that. It's just something I love doing. So I think that the teachers really appreciate the extra effort maybe that I put in with the kids. I'm not sure. But yeah, it's been really cool to be able to go back every year to the same school. So yeah. Yeah.
And so, for those schools who aren't quite local, are you available via Zoom?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, haven't thought about that, but yeah, that would probably be something I should look into soon. So yeah, absolutely.
So, educators, librarians out there, I strongly urge you contact Kelly, not just for a school visit, but also to encourage children. She is somebody who loves to create stories, promote reading, but also teach children the importance of, hey, just because your books may not be picked up in a general way, you should put them out there anyway, because your writing is special, what you're doing is special, and creativity is so important. So I urge everyone out there to contact Kelly. Her books are amazing, her school visits are engaging, and she genuinely loves to promote reading for children out there. And so, Kelly, for people out there who are a little bit hesitant to get into self publishing, what are your words of advice?
I think try and surround yourself with as many professionals as you can, um, and try to just write as much as you can as well. And my thing is to write and then put it away and then come back to it. And, you know, part of the process is, rejection. I wrote that the other day. I was talking to someone about it, and it's fine. It's fine to be rejected. It's fine to have that feeling where you kind of want to give up. That's all part of it, I think. Um, and just to give it a real red hot go. But just absolutely 100% make sure that you get the right people to work with you, because what you might think is amazing, and then it probably is amazing, but to have professionals have a real good look at your work and tweak it the best way. At the end of the day, they've been in the industry longer than someone like myself. Take it on board, respect it, and you'll have a better book at the end of it. So it's really important to just listen to everyone around you and take the feedback, whether it's negative or positive. It's never really negative feedback, to be honest, because like I said, pitching it at Tularican House. I think you might have been in that session. It was a pitch session. It was a while
Yep.
ago. That's how long I've written it. And when they sort of suggested that, it's a seasonal book, which is still great, but maybe have a look at it this way. Well, now it's came out as this, and I'm so much more happier that I, did that pitch session. So yeah, even though, I didn't get a contract with anyone, other than doing it myself, it's fine. I've still done it. But that's just the way it was meant to be. So, and I'm really excited to, work, I'm learning as well, working with illustrators. That's such a skill I love so much, watching them, do their bit. They're amazing talent. So, yeah, self-publishing, definitely worth giving it a go, but just surround yourself with the professionals as well. So.
And do you feel being self published and putting your books out there, promoting your work, doing the hustle, getting into schools, do you feel it's just that extra layer that you are showing publishers, hey, I can do this? Do you think that's a benefit of self publishing?
Yeah, I spoke to Midnight Sun the other day, and that was one of the questions I asked Anna. I just said, is it a hindrance being a self publisher? Because, I don't want to come across as I know everything, because I don't. Um, but at the same time, I want to get a traditional contract. And she was wonderful and said no, because you can market, you know how to do all that, and that was humbling to hear that, because yeah, I'm still learning and trying to work out what I'm doing. But yeah, I have learned a lot by doing it this way, because I think a lot of people get a publishing deal and then just kind of not understand how it all works. And I think being able to promote my work now, and I know how to do all that, I'm hoping that's actually a benefit if I do get picked up, because I know how to do that, or I'm getting better at it as I go. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and especially when I can relate, because my Lolly Shop books are self-published, and I have sold thousands of those books around the world, France, Alaska, UK, New Zealand, and I'm seeing all that. And to begin with, I thought it would be really great if I was under a traditional banner and they could see what I was doing, because I can relate to those times where you go, I'm the only one seeing these results.
Mm.
But then
Yeah.
the other part for me is I also then go, well, that book is for 100% me and my boys. And for that particular book series, that's what we needed that to be. So
Mm-hmm.
I can resonate with you, because you see the figures you sell, but you're the only one seeing those. So for
Yeah.
those out there watching today who want to find you, who want to contact you, and who would love to book you for a school visit,
Mm-hmm.
Kelly, how do we contact you?
Well, I do have a website, so it's www.kljbooks.com, or you can get me at kelly@kljbooks.com. So yeah, just have a look at my website. It's in work at the moment, because I do have to pop this book on. This is launching in a couple of weeks. I've got to get onto it. But all my other books are on there, and yeah, you should be able to contact me through that, and yeah, have a look at the books that I've already done. And yeah, feel free to message me, and if you've read my books, let me know what you think.
Perfect. Thank you so much. So, publishers out there, take note how hard Kelly works. She hustles. She does book week. She sells volume. She's doing really, really well. Educators and librarians out there, if you're wanting an engaging school visit or an author visit or a motivational reading visit by a self-published author, Kelly is the one to contact. And for parents and readers out there, make sure you check out Kelly's books. But most importantly, you review Kelly's books, because we want Kelly to be around for a long time, and we can't wait to see what happens with Kelly next. Kelly, thank you so much for speaking with me today. I really appreciate it.
Oh, thanks so much, Lauren.